If you ever see a crying girl near the cornfield, don't follow her. My name is Eric. I live in a small town in Nebraska, one of those places with more fields than people, where everyone knows your name and nothing ever really happens. Behind my house, there's a cornfield that stretches for miles. In the daytime, it looks like golden waves under the sun. But at night, it becomes something else entirely. This happened in October 2019. The nights had turned colder. I was lying in bed around 11:30 p.m., scrolling on my phone, when I heard it. Soft, muffled crying coming from outside. At first, I thought it was the wind, or maybe a fox, but the sound didn't fade. It grew louder. I got up, pulled back my curtain, and looked out. The moon was full, casting silver light across the backyard. That's when I saw her. A girl standing just beyond the fence, right at the edge of the cornfield. She looked about 18. Pale skin that almost glowed. Long, dark brown hair fell over her face in thick, wet strands. She was barefoot, shivering slightly, dressed in a white nightgown that swayed with the breeze. She looked straight up at my window. Her eyes were glassy, not from tears, but like they weren't meant for seeing. Then, in the faintest voice, she said,
"Can you help me? I can't find my mom."
And just like that, she turned and walked into the cornfield. Something about it felt wrong. Not scary at first, just off, like watching a dream unfold while you're awake. I threw on a hoodie, grabbed my flashlight, and stepped outside. I called out, "Hello? Are you okay?" No answer. The corn stalks rustled ahead. I climbed over the fence and followed. The rows were tight. My flashlight beam danced over tall stalks and broken leaves. But the girl was gone. No footsteps. No crying. Just the dry creak of corn shifting around me. And silence. The deeper I went, the colder it got. I turned in a slow circle, scanning with the light. Nothing. And then I heard her voice. But this time, it was right next to my ear.
"I found you."
I dropped the flashlight and ran, pushing through stalks blindly. I didn't care about the cuts on my arms or the dirt on my face. I just wanted out. It felt like the cornfield went on forever. No matter how far I ran, the rows never ended. But somehow, I stumbled out, back into my backyard, gasping, sweating, frozen. I turned around and looked at the cornfield. The girl was there again, right at the edge, watching me. Only now, her head was tilted sideways, too far. Her eyes were pitch black. I ran inside and locked every door. The next morning, I found out others had seen her. A mailman, a farmer, a teacher. Each one followed her. None of them came back. Some nights, I still hear crying. And sometimes, when I wake up, there's dirt on my windowsill. I know she's still waiting. So listen to me. If you see a crying girl near the cornfield at night, don't speak to her. Don't look her in the eyes. And whatever you do, don't follow her. She's not lost. She's hunting. My name is Maya. I'm 21, and I work the night shift at KFC in a small town in Indiana. Most nights are quiet. We close at 1 a.m., and after 10, there aren't many customers. Just a few people coming in for late food. It was usually boring, but then he started coming. The first night I saw him, I was wiping the counter near the front. The door creaked open. This big, heavy man walked in. He looked like he was in his 60s. His face was sweaty and red, and he had thin gray hair slicked to the sides. His shoes were dirty. He walked up slowly, breathing hard like he had walked a long way. Then Then he looked me right in the eyes and smiled. His teeth were yellow. "I'll take a 10-piece. Extra crispy," he said in a low, slow voice. I gave him his food. "Have a good night," I said quickly. But he didn't leave right away. He leaned forward, eyes fixed on me. "What time do you get off?" he asked. I froze. I didn't want to be rude, but something about him felt wrong. "Already done. Just helping," I lied. He smiled wider. "That's not true," he whispered. "I like when you lie." Then he walked out. The next night, he came back. He didn't say much at first, just ordered the same thing. But then, every time he came, his questions got stranger. "You live alone? You got someone waiting for you? You ever lock your bedroom door? You dream about strangers?" I started wearing a hoodie, tying my hair back, trying to look different. But he always recognized me. One night, I ignored him, gave him his food, walked away. He didn't like that. He banged his hand on the counter and shouted, "You think you're better than me?" My manager told me to just stay in the back if he ever came in again. So I did. Then, 3 nights passed. He didn't show up. I started to feel better. But one night after my shift ended, around 1:15 a.m., I was walking home. It's only a 10-minute walk. The streetlights were dim, cold wind, empty sidewalks. I felt like I was being watched. I turned my head, and there he was, standing at the end of the street, still in that same blue flannel, just staring. He didn't wave. He didn't speak. I didn't wait. I ran. I reached my apartment, slammed the door, locked every bolt, and checked all the windows. I barely slept. The next day, I begged my boss to switch me to a morning shift. She said yes. I thought I was safe. But 3 days later, it was Sunday night. I got home from the grocery store around 10 p.m. It was quiet. Too quiet. Then I saw it. My front door was open. My stomach dropped. I never forget to lock it. Ever. I stayed frozen. My hands were shaking. Then I noticed something else. The light in my bedroom was on. I turned and ran to my neighbor's apartment and called the police. They searched my place. My bedroom window was broken. Glass was everywhere. On the floor beside my bed was a piece of fried chicken, still warm, and written on my bathroom mirror in greasy fingerprints was one word: soon. They never caught him. I moved out 2 weeks later, far away. Now, every time I see fried chicken, I think of that smile, that voice, and that feeling of being watched when no one's supposed to be there. This man ran the best taco truck in town, but no one knew where he got the meat. My name is Derek Mills. I used to be a night delivery driver in San Antonio, Texas, and back in the summer of 1997, something strange started happening near East Elm Street. Every night at exactly 2:22 a.m., a taco truck would appear on the same dark corner. It was old, with faded red paint, and a hand-painted sign that said, El Ultimo Taco, the last taco. No phone number, no license plates. No one ever saw it during the day. The windows were always fogged up, glowing with a faint red light, and the man who ran it never smiled. His name was Carlos Mendez. He wore a dirty white apron and a brown trucker cap pulled low over his face. He didn't greet anyone. He just asked, "1 or 2?" People lined up, hypnotized by the smell. Slow cooked meat, warm tortillas, spices so rich they made your eyes water. Everyone said the same thing: "It's the best taco I've ever had." But I noticed something off. The taste was too real, too raw. It didn't just fill you up. It made you feel things. Some people said it reminded them of home. Others said it made them feel like crying. One night, curiosity got the best of me. I bought a taco, then quietly followed the truck. No sound came from its engine. It just glided. It weaved through back roads, empty alleys, industrial streets. Then it stopped, behind the Bexar County morgue. I watched Carlos step out. He opened the back of the truck, and inside were bodies wrapped in white hospital sheets, stacked like frozen meat. One slid off a stretcher and hit the pavement with a dull thud. Carlos didn't even flinch. He picked it up, tossed it into the freezer, and slammed the door shut. I ran, didn't sleep, didn't eat, tried to forget what I saw. But the next night, at exactly 2:22 a.m., the taco truck came back. This time, it stopped outside my apartment. The red light inside flickered, brighter than before. The windows fogged up like something was breathing inside. And then, I heard it. A deep voice, low and slow, echoing through the quiet street. "Derek, you forgot your second taco.